So, I just got to watch the brand new and final movie from legendary writer, director, actor, Clint Eastwood, a man that I love and respect. I love his early work in the Western genre as an actor. Of course, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, The Fistful of Dollars, all that stuff from Sergio Leone is amazing. His own work with films like Unforgiven and a bunch of great 2000s-era movies like American Sniper and some other things. He's the type of filmmaker and the type of person that Hollywood just will never forget. But somehow, Warner Brothers has kind of forgotten about him because they never released this movie in theaters. At least not a wide release. Juror Number 2 is the movie I'm talking about, his brand new film that did not get a wide theatrical release. A film that is being pegged as his final film, and they decided to not give this the treatment it deserves. And what a shame. Absolute disrespect, because my god, this is a really, really great movie. Juror Number 2 follows this guy, played by Nicholas Hoult, who ends up being selected on a jury, of course. And when he joins this jury, he realizes, as the case is being presented, that, uh-oh, I might actually be the person that accidentally killed the person in this murder trial. Like, I might be the murderer, and this guy on trial might be innocent because I'm the killer. Which is quite the dilemma, and obviously it was an accidental killing. This is not like a case where this dude's like a serial killer that's on the jury. Although that might be a fun movie as well. And from here we get really a courtroom procedural drama where we get to see a lot of courtroom antics, we get to see the jury deliberating, and we get to see a very complex moral question being sort of explored by Nicholas Hoult and his character in this film. And a film that I found to be extraordinarily entertaining. It's a film that it's not masterful in a cinematic sense, right? This is not a film that's going to make you just remember it for its beautiful cinematography, its unbelievable editing. It is very much a modern Clint Eastwood movie, which means it's a crowd-pleasing sort of mom-and-pop film. A film that you watch with your mom and pop, and they go, wow, that was a damn good movie. Because those are the types of films Clint Eastwood makes at this point, which is fine, and these films are just great. They're easy to watch, and they have interesting concepts that hook you in, and that's what Juror Number 2 is. It's a film that's not perfect, it doesn't do everything incredible, but it flies through its runtime. It has great acting, and it has an awesome concept that keeps you hooked from start to finish, that has some interesting twists and turns throughout, an interesting thematical and moral question to be asked throughout the whole picture, and it's just a solid film that Warner Brothers really screwed up here. So let's talk about some of the acting. Nicholas Hoult is the lead here. Nicholas Hoult is one of my favorite actors in Hollywood, and fun fact, the guy finished second for both the new Batman movie, with, obviously Robert Pattinson got, and he also finished second for Superman, which he is playing Lex Luthor in the film, but kind of interesting that this man almost played both the new Batman and the new Superman. Both fell through. He would have been fantastic as both. He's an actor that has a lot more range than you would really think on the offset. A lot of people are only really exposed to his work in the X-Men universe, but he is an incredibly amazing actor, and in this film, he's playing a character that is extraordinarily complex, a character that's been through a lot of stuff and has a very complicated past, and is now put in this really interesting dilemma, because the situation that he's in, doing the wrong thing is actually beneficial to him. Doing the right thing would destroy him. And he is a good person, so it's a very interesting question, and he kind of holds all the power in his own situation, which is an interesting, also another piece of this. This film also sort of, with Nicholas Hoult, becomes kind of a 12 Angry Men type situation, where it's one dude on a jury trying to convince everybody on the jury of one thing, which I always love those types of things. 12 Angry Men, amazing movie. But Nicholas Hoult is really, really impressive in this film, specifically in some scenes in the latter half of the film that I love. There are some performances in this movie that I felt just kind of wasted, characters and people that are here that I wanted more from. Kiefer Sutherland is one of them. I love Kiefer Sutherland. He is one of my favorite human beings on planet Earth. I love when I see him in a film, and he's here for a couple scenes. I wanted more of him. I wanted more complexity with his character, but he's just kind of here. I could say the same thing for J.K. Simmons. When his character's introduced early in the film, I was really excited to see a lot of J.K. Simmons. I thought he was going to play a huge role, and he's another one that just kind of disappears, doesn't play a huge role. Somebody that is in a lot of this movie, though, is Toni Collette. Finally, a movie that sort of uses Toni Collette's incredible strengths. She is one of the best actresses in Hollywood. I just wish after Hereditary more people would realize that and give her some more prominent roles, because she is fantastic. She's great here. I loved her role playing this prosecutor who sort of is also having a moral dilemma and second-guessing her own work. Also in kind of an interesting, contrasting position of Nicholas Hoult, where she also sort of knows doing the right thing would hurt her career versus doing the wrong thing would help her career. So which way do you go? Which road do you go down? I really like this film's ending, too. I saw a lot of discussion on the internet about the ending, so people that thought it's a little bit of a cop-out. Without spoiling it, obviously I won't say anything, but it is an ending that leaves a little bit of ambiguity to some of the stuff that happens in this film, and I really enjoyed it. It's a really smart last shot, and I love films that make you that really make you remember that ending, that last shot. That last shot not only lingers at the end of the film, but it lingers in your mind long after you finish the film, and I really loved it in this film. I think it works really well. Overall, though, Juror Number 2 is just a really good movie. You know, it has its problems at times. I think it is a little bit predictable when it gets to a certain point. Some of the scenes drag a little bit more than others. Yet again, it's not a visually pleasing movie. It's just like a finely shot thing. But the story, the concept, the acting, everything in this is just good enough to make a pretty great film. A film that is easy to watch, easy to show to pretty much any audience, and a perfectly reasonable film to give a wide release to and give sort of a marketing campaign to Clint Eastwood as this being his final film that he deserved to have. This is not a steaming pile of shit. This is not a masterpiece, but it is somewhere in the middle, and it's a lot better than a lot of the films that Warner Brothers puts out. It's just an absolute shame, man. But I will give Juror Number 2 a 3.5 out of 5. I really had a good time with this one. Go check out Juror Number 2 on streaming. Please support this film and Clint Eastwood to a magnificent career. Let's all round of applause, Clint. I'm not gonna give you a standing ovation on YouTube because that would be stupid. What a career! And if this is his last movie, that sucks. But he is like 95 or something, so it's probably his last movie. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one.